Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a twin pregnancy update where I'm going to be covering weeks 25 and 26 of my pregnancy. I'm currently 27 weeks pregnant, so I basically just want to chat with you guys about the last 2 weeks and everything that's happened. The first thing I want to say is that I'm officially feeling pregnant. There is no way around it. I have known about the twins since I was 7.5 weeks, so mentally I have known about them. I know that they're there. But I haven't felt pregnant. I was very fortunate that I had very minimal pregnancy symptoms. With Connor, when I was pregnant with Connor, I had none at all. And so this time around, it was kind of the same thing. I didn't have any kind of morning sickness. I did have a little bit of nausea, very mild, but I just, as far as the classic pregnancy symptoms, I just never had any. So it was really difficult for me to kind of get in tune with my pregnancy. And it was kind of the same thing with Connor, emotionally attaching yourself to a pregnancy when you don't really feel pregnant. But the last I would say about 2 weeks, I have felt pregnant and I can't get around it any longer. Not necessarily with symptoms, but just with my belly. Just the amount that it's grown in the last couple weeks is just a lot. It hurts when I stand up, it hurts when I walk around, especially on days when I'm doing too much, and I've really had to be a little bit harder on myself in the sense of, you need to sit down, you need to rest. It's really challenging for me to kind of just sit around and not do much. Last week especially, I was doing a lot of stuff around the house. I was running around doing a bunch of errands, and finally, I think it was on Saturday, I told myself I'm just gonna rest today. I just really need to just lay in bed, watch TV, just hang out and just take it easy. And so I made myself all day on Saturday, like I said, just lay in bed and not do anything. And I definitely noticed a difference with just how my legs felt and my stomach felt. I just felt a lot better. So it kind of told me that I'm doing too much and I need to kind of, chill out a little bit and rest a little bit more. So a YouTuber that I really love to watch is Angela from This Gathered Nest. She's about 2 weeks ahead of me with her pregnancy. She's expecting twin girls. So anytime she posts a video on her channel with a pregnancy update, I'm immediately watching it because I kind of want to know what I'm in for the following, weeks. And her last pregnancy update, I was just cracking up by this one thing she was talking about. And basically she was talking about how difficult it is to pick up stuff off the ground. And so anytime she drops something on the ground, her brain immediately starts to go through this list of questions that she has, okay, the item that I dropped, is it gonna rot? Is it going to attract insects or ants or, fruit flies or whatever? Will it hurt the children? Is it something I have to pick up right now? And if it is, she calls one of her older, children to come over and help pick up the item, because she said, I've just gotten to a point where I just don't bend over to pick up stuff anymore. It's very rare. And it actually really made me laugh because I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly how I feel. Poor Connor, but I'm just constantly all day, I'm like, Connor, can you please come get this and pick this up for me? And please, I'll give you $1, because it's what happens is that I start to pick up stuff because I think that I can do everything. And I'll walk around the house and say if I'm doing laundry, so I'm bending over and I'm picking up towels and clothes or whatever. And if I continue to do that, I wind up paying for it later that evening. It just, like I said, everything starts to feel sore and achy and my back hurts, my legs hurt. And so I've had to learn to use Connor, use my husband, kind of make sure that I'm not doing too much, have them do certain tasks so I don't, overdo it. But I just thought that point of her video was just so funny because I'm like, that's exactly how I feel right now. So I'm officially at a place in my pregnancy where I want to start decorating the nursery. Technically, I probably should have started that project a couple of weeks ago, but we've just been so busy with our move and getting settled into our new home that I just haven't done it yet. I just did a room tour of the space that we're going to be using for the twin nursery, and I'll leave that in a card if you guys are interested in seeing that video. The room is plain, there's nothing really in there. We're just kind of using it for storage space right now. But I saw a lot of ideas on Pinterest that I want to incorporate into our nursery. I've mentioned before that I'm not very good at decorating, and I still stand behind that statement, but I did see a lot of ideas on Pinterest that I feel inspired me enough to where I feel confident that I can take on, you know, a project like that. And so Matt's gonna help me, and we're gonna just turn it into like a really cute little boy space. So I'm gonna leave my Pinterest link down below if you wanna check out kind of, you know, the ideas that we have for that nursery and that space. So we need to start buying stuff here in the next couple of weeks for sure. The only thing I've bought so far for the twins is their stroller and car seats, but we don't have, you know, cribs. We don't have like, I don't have a diaper bag yet. I don't have a playpen. Like, we definitely need to, we need to start buying stuff. I mentioned this in basically every video, but since I'm having Mo-Dai twins, which are identical twins, I'm considered high risk because the twins share a placenta, and I have to go see a specialist every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I get to go in, have an ultrasound, and they look at the, you know, guys, and they make sure that everything looks good. My last appointment, everything went fine. I asked the ultrasound tech if she could still see the calcium deposit in baby B's heart, and she said it was still there, but she like moved on past that and like didn't even bring it up again. So it's obviously a non-issue, so I'm not even gonna ask them about it anymore because it's just something that they're not even concerned about, so I shouldn't be either. But that appointment went well, and this following Friday I actually have my like regular OBGYN appointment. That's the doctor that's actually gonna be doing my delivery, and I have my glucose test on Friday. So I know this sounds weird, but I'm kind of looking forward to that. I know that sounds weird. I know a lot of girls don't like that test. They hate the drink that they are given. With Connor, I remember I heard so many horror stories about the orange drink and how terrible it was, and it tasted so bad. And I remember like I had it sitting out on my countertop for, you know, days and days, you know, before my test. And finally the morning of, when I cracked it open and started to drink it, I was like, oh, this isn't bad at all. But I guess it's because I didn't ever deal with morning sickness. So, you know, nothing really makes me feel nauseous. So it just, to me, it just tasted like an orange, like fruit drink. So this Friday, the drink that they gave me, it's actually like a fruit, it is a fruit drink. It's not the orange one. So it's just like a red fruit drink. So I'm gonna go in on Friday, drink that, and they'll, you know, take my blood and do the test, and hopefully I pass. I looked up online to see if there's any like symptoms I should be looking out for, as far as like a, you know, if you're developing symptoms that could mean that you have like a, you know, gestational diabetes. And apparently there aren't any symptoms that are obvious, so I hope I don't have it, obviously, but I think I'll be fine. I was fine with Connor, so hopefully I'll be fine this time around also. Speaking of Connor, sometimes kids and like things they say are so funny, but also insulting. So just like a funny thing he said the other day. So I was laying on our recliner, just kind of like laying back, and my stomach was like propped up a little bit, and he walks by and he goes, "Mommy, you're starting to get fat." I said, "Connor, that's not very nice. You're not supposed to tell people that they're fat." He goes, no, I didn't say that you're fat. I just said that you're starting to get fat." And I was like, okay, Connor. I was like, well, am I fat like in my face or in my legs or where, you know? And he was like, no, just your stomach. And so it just kind of made me laugh, because I'm like, you know, with the first pregnancy, you know, it was only Matt and I, and he would dare never say anything, you know, like that. So it's just funny now that I have this other opinion living in our house, and he just doesn't understand, like, you probably shouldn't say that, you know. So it kind of made me laugh. But I feel like so far, like, my weight is okay. I don't really check it, so I don't really know exactly where it's at right now. I'll find out on Friday, but that just made me laugh. So I was like, Connor, just thanks, but don't say that anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my belly shot, and then I'm gonna wrap up the video. Okay, so I never really showed the front of my belly, but this is the front, and here I am from the side. So I guess it's getting bigger. It definitely feels bigger. And something I'm starting to notice, but you can't really see it right now, is my belly button is starting to stick out. It never did that with Connor, but it is totally doing it this time. So yeah. So there I am at 27 weeks. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.